痛いよナミ話してよ
チャンネル登録してね。
ナミ
Card Kaizoku.
This video is brought to you by Nengarden. To celebrate their 1-year anniversary, they're thanking fans with a huge sale. Nearly everything is $30 or less. Plus, you can use code CARDKaizoku at checkout for an extra 5% off your order. This video is brought to you by Adakai TCG. Shop the latest in premium holographic textured custom One Piece cards. Designed for collectors, crafted to stand out. Use code CARDKaizoku for 15% off your next order. This video is sponsored by Gungam.gg. See Western OP11 list and Eastern OP12 list on Gungam.gg. Updated daily. Be the first to see decks for new leaders as they emerge. With over 1,000 deck lists per set, Gumgum.gg has all the top strategies as soon as they drop. This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. We're going to be looking at the top 8 match, the feature match on stream at least, for the Japan Final Season 1. If this is the first video of the series you're watching, we went over top 32 and top 16, so if you missed those videos, you can check them out if you want to watch it in chronological order. But yeah, it looks like the top 8 here is comprised of 2 blue purple Luffys, 3 purple blue purple Luffys, 2 Rayleighs. So Rayleigh, I think how many started at the beginning? There were quite a lot of Rayleighs, right? So they made it to the end. 1 Bello Betty still, Bello Betty a trooper. The one of Betty made it all the way to top 8. This is green purple Luffy. So we still see 1 green purple Luffy still, and then 1 green yellow law made it. Could be the law we saw in the top 32 match, so we'll have to see who ends up is in this feature match here. We'll just skip to live, which I think should already have started. Okay, so we see a Rayleigh, our first Rayleigh game of the tournament. What Rayleigh can do is, so you can have character cards, or any card in general with the cost of 5 or more in your deck, according to the rules, and then if you reveal 2 red events in your hand, you can give one of your characters plus 2,000 power, and it looks like it's a Rayleigh mirror. What the heck? I was really not expecting a mirror, especially because we had such a variation of leaders, right? Nothing showed up more than 3, right? Blue Purple Luffy was the highest in count. There could be a Blue Purple Luffy mirror, I guess, but Rayleigh mirror for the game here. I don't think there's too much variation in Rayleigh deck lists, so I don't think there's any tech that they have against each other. It's basically just kill the other guy before they kill you. Who would have the advantage? I would have to assume whoever's going second has the advantage because they can play the 4-cost Luffy first, right? What's that? OP12, this Luffy. We're going to get this really soon if you're a Western viewer. We haven't even gotten OP12 yet. It's coming out like next week. But yeah, it's a 4-cost card, so whoever gets theirs out first is going to get that second character out. Mole Pistol might have a higher relevance in this matchup just because you're able to pop stuff and debuff stuff so that your weenies can attack. But yeah, it's going to be a really interesting matchup actually. I don't think we've seen really mirrors up until now, right? In any of the tournaments that we've kind of live commented, live reacted, we haven't seen this matchup. So they're still getting set up. I do think if we can check out the left side Rayleigh's hand, we can analyze it for now. The other Rayleigh still has some mulligan. So I see a Nami Searcher. I don't know what that is. A Shakuyaku Searcher. So Searcher. The Haki cards, man. They all have that freaking elephant in it that I can't tell which one's which just off the art. I think it's Conqueror's Haki. But look, they all have this stupid freaking elephant thing and they all kind of look the same. It's all on the left too. It's my biggest gripe about the Haki cards, is they're so non-distinct. I wish they were all, like, different colors at least, right? Didn't he fight like a gorilla and other stuff, not just this elephant? I don't know. That's just my own micro gripe. Okay, so what's in this right side Luffy's Rayleigh's hand? So we see the 4-cost Luffy. The other Rayleigh actually didn't have it, but he can search it with the Shakuyaku. He has an event searcher, so search. Both of them have 2 searcher start. He has rush here with the Kid and Killer. Again, with the hands blocking the hand cam. I wish the Japan streams had a way to figure that out. Okay, let's see. So that is Conqueror's Haki. What's the other one? Armament Haki. Okay, and then he has a 2k counter Sanji, which is a perfect target to cheat out with the 4-cost Luffy that he can find with either of these searchers. So yeah, I would say the starting hands are pretty much equal, or as equal as you can get it. Maybe not exactly equal, but like it's not a big disparity at all. Okay, so it looks like right side Rayleigh's going first. What a happy boy. All right, let's get our first mirror match of the tournament underway here. So 1 Dawn plays out the Buggy. Buggy lets you look at the top 5 for an event card, a red event card, and cannot be killed by Slash. Is that relevant here? So Rayleigh himself, the leader, is Slash, so cannot be answered by your opponent's leader at the very least. The 4-cost Luffy is a strike attribute character, so eventually the Buggy will be answered with. So picks up a Mole Pistol with the Buggy here. We mentioned this was a card that's going to be good in this matchup. gives minus 5k to something, and if you have a 6k or more character out, you can pop a 2k, which is any of the searchers in the opponent's deck. So it plays out on Nami, the left side Rayleigh searches for top 5 for a Straw Hat crew type card. Wants to find that Luffy if he can, picks up a Rush Zoro. So Zoro, Rush, vanilla stat line, 3 cost 5k. Plays out a Shakuyaku, who is really relevant in the manga right now. I don't know if that's a spoiler. I won't talk about it then, but Shakuyaku is a baddie. Lets him look for a red event or specifically a Luffy, and ends up picking, again, I don't know which. Was that Conqueror's Haki? It's Conqueror's Haki. Okay. Okay, so 1 Dawn for Shakuyaku on the right side Rayleigh in response. He needs to... He already has a Luffy in hand, but let's see what he's looking for. You can only pick up an event here. His own Conqueror's Haki. Conqueror's Haki is great in that it's like a 3k counter for 1 Dawn, and it gives minus 1k to everything on board, if you pay for that secondary effect. Otherwise, it's just 2k counter, which is what's so good about Rayleigh. Rayleigh seemed like he was a dead-on arrival leader just because you need to show events, and then events are kind of like not good if you run too many of them, but they fix it by making all the 2Ks in the deck into an event card, so you run them anyway. You have to run them, so it makes Rayleigh perfectly runnable, perfectly well-oiled machine here. But they're exclusive to Rayleigh, I believe. Yeah. Or you can use it on your characters. You just can't use it on your leader if you're not Rayleigh. Plays a second Shakuyaku. Dig in for a Luffy. Start digging in your deck, twin. Okay, only events. Is that another Conqueror's Haki? So he's got 2 of them now. Okay, goes 5k at leader. Is taken. 5 life leaders usually take their first life for sure. It's like 99% guaranteed. Gets a mole pistol that he cannot trigger, even though it has a trigger because he doesn't have a 6k character out. Would have been nice for late. Like if your opponent had a Luffy out, you trigger this, you kill it for free. But unfortunately, gets it at the wrong time. But you can't control what's in your life, so just unlucky here. Okay, so shows 2 events to make Buggy into a 5k. Right, leader ability gives him plus 2k. Here, let me show you what he does again in case you forgot this part here. So yeah, just show those 2 events to the opponent and passes 1 Dawn open. Okay, so the left side Rayleigh is going to be the first player to play a Luffy, but I don't think he found one. So unfortunately, he had the advantage of playing it first, but he just couldn't find it with either the Nami or the Shakuyaku searcher. So he's making that face because he's like, really wish I had a Luffy here. So it just could be a 3 cost Zoro play right now. The thing is, he cannot deal with the Buggy with either Zoro or the leader, but makes Shakuyaku into a 4k here. Could see Shakuyaku 4 into the Buggy, which I would even consider countering if they attack into Buggy, just because like the leader will never be able to kill it, nor the Rush Zoro that we saw him search. Right, he knows that's in his hand. Yeah, he really could have used that 4 cost Luffy right now. Dang. Oh wait, what's this? Is that the Luffy? Oh, it is. Is it? Is that the alt art? Yeah. What the heck? So he had it the whole time. You tricked me. Freaking alt arts tricked me. So he had it in hand. I only recognize this art. So let's you look for a... We played out a bow, let him find another 4 cost Luffy. And then he can put an attached on onto something, which I don't think he's done yet. Did he? Oh, he put it on Shakuyaku. I didn't catch that. So that was 5k from Shakuyaku, 5k from leader at face. Both taken by the right side Rayleigh. Oh yeah, what Boa does on play, you can search top 5 for a red event or Monkey D. Luffy, and then you can always KO, trash the Boa to give 2 rested onto any target. So Shakuyaku does answer Shakuyaku. So both Rayleighs are at 3 life right now. He was fun. I just didn't recognize that he didn't have this art. Is that the alt art from OP12? Or is that like a special version? Yeah, I'm a base art player, so I only recognize the base art most of the time, unfortunately. So if you bling out your deck, that's how you can play. One way to play against me, so that you can disorient me by flaunting your money. I won't know what your cards do, or it'll take me a second to make those neural connections in my mind. So we do see a leader ability on this Buggy to swing for 5. We're obviously going to see a Luffy answered back. Now, what's he going to play with it? He doesn't really have a good target besides a Nami, from what I can see, right? Because it was the left side Rayleigh that had that 2k Sanji. So at this point, do you defend the 5s? Is 2 life too low? Nope, it's not. He takes it. Here's where it would have been nice to have the mole pistol trigger, because Luffy is a 6k on board. Because no, he's not. Never mind. Sorry, the Shakuyaku's gone. He needs 2 attached on to be a 6k. So the mole pistol still wouldn't do anything right now, besides prevent 1 attack. Okay, so plays the Luffy into a Nami. Nami searches top 5 for a Straw Hat. Looking for probably another Luffy and hoping to get a better target for next turn. Does not find it. Has a Rush Zoro and Sanji as an option, I think. Maybe he takes the Zoro here. Yep. So has his own Rush Zoro to respond to the opponents if he needs it. You could just see a 7k from leader right now. I believe that's all he can really do, unless he has a Searcher in his hand. Or he could leave down up for Conqueror's Haki. Nope, opts to go for 7k. So yeah, he took a 5 from the Buggy, now he has to defend a 7. Nope, he goes down to 1. It's going to be one of those matchups, eh? Right, because if you counter the Buggy, you could safely take the 7 here, but if you're planning to go to 1 anyway, then yeah, it makes sense to take both of those hits. Okay, so Rayleigh now at 6 Dawn. 6 Dawn at 1 life. That's how quick these Rayleigh mirrors are going to be, I guess. So all the options in the world in his hand. He just needs to figure out what's the best combination to deal with your opponent. I like that he separates these two events because like these are the two events I'm always going to show you for the Rayleigh's leader ability. I thought that was kind of funny. So he can always buff the boa for 5k and then attack and then use the boa's 2 Dawn effect to put 2 Dawn onto another character. Right, that's a good way to use the boa. Or just use boa to attack either one of these searchers here. Right, that's another good way to go about it as well. So you can see like Nami answer Shakuyaku, boa answer Buggy, and then he'll play like he has another Luffy, so it's probably going to come out. I don't think he can safely Sanji anymore because that would make him take a life. So Sanji's just going to be in hand as a 2k counter, right? This one here. Okay, he does buff this boa to 5 with the leader ability. At leader is what I heard Gavin say very briefly. I have the Japanese audio very low. Counters 1k. So left side Rayleigh wants to be at 1 life. Right side Rayleigh is like, I want to stay at 3. 3 sounds pretty good. So I do wonder what the justification for going down to 1 is. Right? What was he looking for? What was he digging for in his life? Because it's going to be a lot harder to defend himself at this point. Because he did take a 5, right? He took a 5 from the Buggy last turn. Being at 3 life also means that Kid Killer is not active. The one that he has in his hand right here. Right, your opponent has to be at 2 life for it to be a 7k attacker. So the right side Rayleigh does have access to Kid Killer, but the left side does not. He used one of the Haki cards, which one? Observation Haki, I believe. So that makes you put a Dawn on your leader, and then you can look at the top 4 cards of your deck for a red event or a cost 3 or greater character. And I believe he ended up taking another Conqueror's Haki. So this Conqueror's Haki, if you can just chain like 2 or 3 of them, can prevent one whole turn of attacks. Right, it's like a Walbaku from Yu-Gi-Oh! Does play the Kid and Killer, who is only going to be a 5k swing. So uses the boa's effect to give 2 Rested Dawn onto Luffy. So that makes himself an 8k. Right, 2 Dawn and then the 2 Dawn attach makes him a 6k. Oh, he's going to reconsider. Puts it on leader. Okay, so 6. Leader's an 8 right now. He needs the Rayleigh to take 1 life before the Kid and Killer becomes active. So go 6. I'm assuming he has to be at leader. 6 at leader is probably going to get countered for 2k. Oh, but the thing is, yeah, he has to defend an 8. The 8 might just go through, then Kid and Killer can swing for 7 anyway. Okay, so he does counter for 2 with one of the Haki cards. 8 at leader. Takes it, so Kid and Killer is online now. Here is a 7k. Oops, if you rearrange everything, I have to draw new numbers. Here's 7. Now, 2 more pistols and a Kid and Killer on the right side Rayleigh's hand is kind of bricky. He actually only has like 6k counter in hand. It does take going down to 1. Okay, so evened out in the end, both 1 life. Yeah, those 2 more pistols are kind of screwing him over right now. Sorry, I cursed you with talking about Mo Pistol earlier. I gave you 2 when you only needed 1 probably. But yeah, the right side really has the board. Mo Pistol right now would actually be pretty good at clearing the board from the opponent. Right, it would make it so that the Nami can probably kill the Kid and Killer. Now this Luffy is still a 6k, so you probably want to kill that guy instead. So you get -5 to this, and then you pop the Nami, and then you attack 2 into 1, and then you just try to kill this Kid and Killer somehow. I think that's, yeah, what I would do. He just needs defense though. Did he pick up a 3rd one? No, he just rearranged the Mo Pistol to the right side of his hand. Or alternatively, instead of clearing the board, he could try to go for game. So it does buff this Buggy to 5. We could see the Conqueror's Haki here, just to debuff the entire board. No, counters 1k. Right, he does have that 1 Dawn up, and then that would make it so that the weenie board is a lot harder to swing with because they need 1 extra Dawn from Conqueror's Haki. Okay, so it does Observation Haki, gives them a Dawn, and then look at the top 4 for a red event or 3 or greater character. Oh, he has a elephant gun. Is that what it's called? Kong Gatling, which can add some extra power for him if he needs to go for game. If he wants to take that, so he has to decide: does he want counter to survive, or do you want Kong Gatling to try to go for game this turn? How much counter does he have? So 2, 2. I think that's 2. That's 0, 0, 2. So he has 8k counter, potentially 9 with the Conqueror's Haki if he pays it on for it. I think it would be safe to just clear board and then have a bunch of counter. So he might go for a 2k, a 1k. Did he not have a 2k in hand that he could take? Maybe he didn't. So it might have been his best defensive play here. Okay, so he needs to attach 1 more Dawn at least to make the Luffy into a 6k. But for now, what's he gonna do? Make it a 7? So 7. I can't read his lips. I don't know if he attacked leader or the Kid and Killer. Oh, he didn't attack yet. Okay, so he does use the Mo Pistol. So Luffy is a 6k because it's 2 attached Dawn. Right, he didn't attack. I should have looked at the Rayleigh and see that it was not rested. Let's see what he targets and what he KOs. So he does give -5 and pop the Nami, as we mentioned, right? This is what we were gonna assume he was gonna do. Throw searchers at the Luffy. He's probably just gonna let it die, and then he could commit 7 into the Kid and Killer is probably gonna get defended. Yeah, 7 into Kid and Killer forces the Conqueror's Haki here. Pay a Dawn, -3k. Then Luffy has 6 at the Kid and Killer as well. Force another 2k. He passes. Okay, so as we mentioned, now he has potentially 10k, right? He had 9k before with the Conqueror's Haki. Now he drew one more counter. So he has to survive a Kitten Killer, the leader, plus the Rush Zoro potentially. Okay, so he's not going to use leader ability. This is just 8k at leader. Burn the Conqueror's Haki right now. And then he needs a 1k on top of that. Yep. So Rayleigh is a 4k right now. Plays Boa. Dang. I have a feeling the left side Rayleigh's going to lose just because he didn't get that Luffy on 4. Oh, he did get it on 4. Wait, never mind. Sorry. I'm tripping. I gaslighted myself into the state where I didn't recognize the altar in his hand. So let's play a Boa here. Now, he does have like 3 Conqueror's Haki in hand. That might be enough to actually save him for one more turn. So actually, maybe he's fine. Because the right side only really has one potent attacker. All the other searchers can be like debuffed pretty heavily. Okay, so this is 6 at leader. 6, 8, and then the Boa is out. So that's countered for 2k. 2k counter Sanji. Rush Zoro out here. Yep, Zoro out for 3. Swings 5 only. Saving the Boa for next turn. Right, because he could have put this Boa 2 down onto the Zoro. Did he use leader ability yet? He can't, right? What can he target? 4,000 power less. So yeah, he had no targets to use leader ability on anyway. So he's thinking what to do against this 5k. I mean, he either uses the Sanji or the event, right? He has this in hand to never doubt. That is power. I don't think you run blockers in this deck anyway, so you just get rid of it. Or he could use his Sanji, 2k counter. Or he could take it. I guess that's what he's deciding. Would it ever make sense to take? If you take and you get like a Mo Pistol trigger maybe, he counters with the Sanji. Okay. Oh, but he only has done up for 1 Conqueror's Haki, right? So let's see if that's enough to survive. Dang, if he could have like use 3 of these and give the whole board minus 3k, you'll definitely not die. Okay, let's see if right side really has enough to go for game here. How much counter is in this hand? So he has 2 Mo Pistols himself, I believe. So this is 6k. Is that? What is that one? Armament? Okay, so this is 8k. So 8k counter in total. Okay, so buffs Buggy to 5. Swings 5. We're going to see a 2k here. Probably the armament. I guess it doesn't really matter. So he has to decide if he wants to armament now, or conquers now, to just debuff the entire board, or to just counter 2k. I guess you kind of want to save the armament for when you need to counter 3k instead of just 2. But that would mean the subsequent attacks that are 5, you're gonna have to. You could prevent them early if you Conqueror's Haki now, right? If you do it now, the Shakuyaku and Namis are gonna need more Dawn than just 3. If he suspects that he's gonna go wide, which he does have all the Dawn in the world to do, you know. But if you Conqueror's Haki now, he'll just switch to like swinging 2 big attacks with the Luffy and the Rayleigh. So he might be screwed either way. Yeah, decisions. It's make or break here how he decides to counter. So he has to think it out. The guy on the right is so smiley, so happy. Okay, it does counter 2k, just 2k. This gives him the angle to go wide if he wants to. Does he have enough hits to even get through all these 2ks? I mean, instead of using the searchers, you could play the Zoro and then the Kitten Killer here instead. But 3 Dawn for the Zoro or 3 Dawn for a Shakuyaku is the same, right? It's 5k either way. So we'll see what he does. Okay, he's going to throw 5. Oh no, he's not going to throw 5 with Rayleigh. He just picked it up for no reason. I mean, if he can clear a board, I think that is also valid. 1 Mo Pistol. Can he kill the Zoro though? That's the thing. I think Boa... How much attack does Boa have? Oh, 3k. So you can't even pop it with the Mo Pistol. Okay, so 5 out leader. It's countered for 2k. Uses the Conqueror's Haki. So everything is debuffed. So yeah, these are all 1ks here. They're probably not going to attack. Okay, Luffy attacks for... What is this? 5. Now, Conqueror's Haki only affects what's on board right now. So the right, the 2 cards in his hand will have full power when they attack with Rush. Yeah, only characters that were on board at the time that you played it. Okay, so he does Mo Pistol to kill the Kitten Killer. Is this a throw? I was expecting the Zoro and then the what's his name? Kitten Killer to come out, but I guess he could have countered that, right? He had 4k counter in hand. So passes with 3 Dawn open. So left side's gonna take it after all potentially. Okay, so it buffs Boa to 5. 5 at leader. It has to be met with the 2k counter here. Yep. And then he has to play something to put Dawn onto the Boa, which is Zoro. Zoro's the perfect target for that. He has a second Zoro in hand. I think he's thinking if he wants to make 3 attacks or 2 attacks to go for game here. I think 2 attacks. The 3 attacks would be better because if you play the Zoro, you can use the Boa's 2 rested Dawn. That would give you 2 more Dawn that you would normally have. Right, so I think that's the play. Swings 8 with the Zoro here. So he cannot get Conqueror's Haki. This has to be a take. Takes it. Mo Pistol would not save him here. Okay, gets a Zoro. Yeah, so left side Rayleigh wins after all. Going second statistically is how you win this. So it looks like that's true. 5 out leader? What the heck? Okay, so Conqueror's Haki. Oh, he wants to burn it now and then plays a Zoro. Yeah, I guess that's smart. Burn the Conqueror's Haki and then Boa gives him 2 Dawn. And that's a big number here. I don't even want to count that. 7? No, 6. It's 11k per game. Okay, so Rayleigh won. Left side Rayleigh. Making it to top 4. So let's see who he's up against in the top 4 and see what other decks made it there. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, let me know. Any feedback too, let me know in the comments below. Oh, I spelled really wrong. That's one feedback. Okay, yeah, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed and be on the lookout for the next round. Okay, bye.
Car D Kaizoku.